I'm talking about like winning the lottery. Like people who win the lottery, it's like there's a giant percentage of them that ruin their life. Giant. Like they've done all these studies on people winning the lottery.
So what is it? Because I'm giving you a bunch of money.
You didn't earn it.
Like I'm giving you a bunch of money.
Is
that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
for sure. Like think about you and all the money that you've earned in your life. You've earned it. You do all these shows. You've built up a successful stand-up career. You built up a successful podcast. You've done a lot of film and TV. You've worked. Right? You've gathered up and you make a good living now, but this is all from work, right? There's a build up to it. It makes sense in your head. There's an effort. There's a reward for that effort. There's motivation. There's discipline. There's focus. And then there's a payoff for all that. If you just get the payoff with no discipline, no focus, no lessons learned, it's just not a healthy way to exist. It's terrible. That's why rich kids are so fucked up. Rich kids that grow up with trust funds are all fucked, not all of them. A giant percentage of them are fucked up. I knew a guy who was a rich guy, and his parents were fucking billionaires, and he grew up with 2 trust funds. He burned through his first trust fund, fucked that up, and then they had a backup trust fund for him. He was buying houses and flipping them and losing money and investing in businesses, and they all went under. He had no discipline, no understanding of what money really was, and no hunger, because he never had a time in his life when he was poor. He never had a time in his life where he was worried about paying the bills. And if you don't have that, and you don't have that real motivation, I just don't think you ever really appreciate success. The people I think that appreciate success are the people that worked for it. Where you could remember back when you were poor. Like I've had people say to me, like, why do you do so many jobs? Why do you have so many things you do? Like why do you keep moving? Why do you do so much? Because I remember being scared. I remember being broke. I remember having no idea where the fuck the money was coming from or what my future was going to be. And I was always terrified of being a loser. That's that feeling of not succeeding is what motivates you. Knowing that you failed in the past and that, there's been many times where, like, how many times have you bombed and you get off stage, you're like, I can't do this. I'm not a comedian. I'm fucking terrible. Like, I got to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life. If you don't go through those things, if you don't have those experiences, if you don't have those moments in your life where you're unsure of the future, you're not going to have the real resolve that it takes to make it, the grit and determination that it takes to move forward. And if you don't have that, any success that you do have, you're not going to appreciate. Nothing comes easy. And if it does come easy, it's not, you don't have it. You don't really have it. Nothing comes easy.
It's so funny how I would never stick with jiu-jitsu if it wasn't for stand-up. I would have quit jiu-jitsu after the third time. Because I would have thought I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Once you try something, you're like, I can't do this. You're dead. You're dead. But we can't. How fucking scary. How weird is it that you and I chose a career that basically for the first 2 years we're not going to get a dime?
Not a dime. And no certainty at all.
And
no
nobody
future.
understands that. Like, nobody understands that you're not going to get a fucking job at all.
Not only that, there's no pathway. It's like if you want to be a doctor, you go to college, you get a degree, you go to medical school, you do your residency. There's a pathway. That pathway is it's hard work. It's very difficult to do. Not everyone's going to get through it successfully, but at least there's a pathway. What the fuck is the pathway for being a successful comedian? Your pathway is different than mine. Mine's different than Duncan's or Ari's. We all have different pathways. We all have different styles. We all have different points of view. We all have different ways we deliver material. We all have different ways of writing. No one can tell you what to do.
When you first got into this, did you think of any success? Honestly, what did you think the outcome was going to be? Because for me, I thought that I was just going to be a road comic, and if I was an extra in a movie, that would be the best it would get for me. Like, that's the honest truth.
Fitzsimmons and I were talking about this recently because Fitzsimmons and I started out exactly at the same time. Our number one goal was being a professional. Like getting paid, not having a day job. That was the goal. Being able to pay your bills.
That was my goal. That's it. Not having a day job.
Yeah.
I didn't care if I made $80,000 or $200,000. No,
there was no number.
No.
There was no like I want to buy a mansion or I want to buy a Ferrari.
I just wanted to be happy.
Yeah,
I wanted to be happy.